Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch here with the Rock Reviews. We haven't done a video for a while. Both me and Chris have been very, very busy. So anyway, tonight we're going to talk about older bands like Slayer or Megadeth, Metallica, Unleashed. We're just going to talk about them, how they have transitioned, some of them from the 80s to the 90s to today's date, 2015. Which bands should continue to do what they do, which bands shouldn't. And yeah, we'd like to hear your opinion. Now, first thing I want to say, I was thinking about this the other day, driving home and listening to the new A Job for a Cowboy album, which we'll talk about that album another time. Great album. I was thinking about a little known death metal band called Death. Of course, not a little band, the legendary Chuck Schuldiner and his boys. My question is, if Death had continued to this day, would they have left such a long-lasting legacy in death metal? You could compare him to Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. They left behind, they wrote history basically, music, rock history. So, what do you think about that? Tell us your opinion. Don't be afraid to comment. That's what we want to do. We want to talk about heavy metal a little bit. The other band is Megadeth. Lately, and I'm a big Megadeth fan, but the last few years they have been disappointing fans over and over again with their lineup changes and albums. We won't be specific. We're not going to talk about specific things. We're just talking about the genre and certain bands, how they have progressed for better or worse throughout the years. So Megadeth, tell us what you think about them. Should they continue? Should they stop? Should they have stopped years ago? The same goes for Metallica, because obviously those two bands now are a brand name, a business. They're no longer what they used to be. So tell us your opinion about that as well. I'm just throwing the subject out there. My opinion is that certain bands, yes, should stop. I was watching Slayer the other day and I noticed how old they've all gotten. I don't want to see rock stars that look older than my granddad. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. I want to see rock stars like Job for a Cowboy, Sevendust, A Night in Texas. There's Cattle Decapitation. That's the kind of bands I want to see. Aversion's Crown, a very awesome Australian band. Job for a Cowboy, an American Death Core, whatever you want to call it. Psychroptic. You got all kinds of bands. Cataclysm. Man, you name it. I don't even want to start naming bands. But I think the old dudes either should change or leave, make some room for the new guys. But like I said, those big brand names now are brand names. So tell us what you think, guys, and as always, we want to get a conversation started.